And my desire, my wish is that you sit as social workers. My desire is that you sit in the discomfort of that conversation, because it's going to be liberating for you, and not just you. It's going to be liberating for your children. It's going to be liberating for your families. It's going to be liberating for the people that you do life with, and that you should be doing life with. That you should be doing life with, you know. Yeah, it's going to be liberating. And, you know, if you are a social worker, if you're a social worker dealing with young people that are coming from troubled backgrounds, the one thing that you cannot do is go in there believing a narrative about them that is an untrue narrative. That's the one thing you can't do. Because if you go in there believing a narrative that is an untrue narrative, every decision that you make is going to compound. It's going to compound. It's going to compound and gather interest on the outcome of their life, which is going to be negatively compounded with negative interest. So you have to sit. You have to sit in that space. You have to sit in that space. You owe it, you know. You owe it, number one, to them, and then you owe it to yourself. If you're not willing to do that, then you need to leave social work alone. Leave it alone. It ain't for you. It ain't for you. Leave social work alone. I mean it. Leave social work alone. Because social work places you at the heart of broken society. And broken society is found in the lives of men and women, the men and women that you deal with, the men and women that come across your desk, the reports, you know, the 10, 15 reports that you can't even give proper attention to. You know, you ain't got the time, you ain't got the space, you ain't got the energy to actually engage these people. So what you're going to do, you're going to deal with them from the narrative that you've been taught about them. You're going to cut corners. You're going to cut corners with their lives. You're going to cut corners with their futures. You're going to do that. Why? Because of unchecked and because of unexamined and because of unexplored narratives about who they are, and the unexplored narratives about who you are or who you think you are in relation to them. If you ain't willing to do that work, leave social work alone. Seriously, because the effect that you will have on them is generational. Because what you are seeing in them is the effect of generational, of generational repercussions. All you're going to do is just contribute to the constant generational dysfunction in their space. You know, I know we went off tangent then.
No, we need
as somebody used to work in the home, and I know that there's a constant struggle between residential social workers and you all who work in the office. You know, there's that constant struggle. But as somebody who worked in the homes, somebody who's worked through the prison and through probation, I see it. Well, you see it. I'm talking to a professional. You see it. You don't need me to tell you it. Do the work. Do the work. Yeah. Don't go and talk to them. Definitely don't come and talk to me if you ain't done the work, or if you're not willing to do the work.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to do the work, you know, don't come and talk to me, and don't go and talk to them. Do the work. Do the work. You're going to be a better human being. Forget about being a better social worker. You're going to be a better human being. And if you're a better human being, you're always going to end up being a better social worker. You're always going to end up being a better social worker. You're going to know how to use your resources. You're going to know how to use the leverage that being a social worker gives you in the court system, in the education system, you know, in the PRUs, in all the places that you find yourself, through the prisons. You are going to know in the homes, in the refuges, you're going to know how to leverage properly leverage the power that being a social worker gives you, as disempowered as you sometimes feel. But do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Be the one that does the work.